Welcome to Canada Weather Watch on this Monday, February 23rd. Thanks for starting your day with us. If you have ever needed proof that Canada is a land of extremes, today is your day. As we look at the map this morning, it is almost hard to believe all these numbers are coming from the same country. Let's start with the headlines. The warmest place in Canada right now is on the beautiful British Columbia coast. Howe Sound at Palm Rocks and White Rock are both sitting at 7.9 degrees Celsius. That is mild, it is comfortable, and for a moment, it might make you think spring is just around the corner. But do not be fooled. Do not put away the winter coat. Because the coldest spot in the country this hour is Rivière aux Feuilles in northern Quebec. The temperature there is minus 44.1 degrees. Let that sink in for a second. The difference between our warmest and coldest community today is 52 degrees. That is the difference between a cool, rainy day and temperatures that can freeze skin in minutes. So if you are in British Columbia, enjoy that soft Pacific air. For the rest of the country, and especially if you are in the central and eastern regions, today is a day for serious bundling. From the rainy coast to the frozen north, we have a lot to cover. Let's get started. We begin our journey in the west, where the contrast is immediately on display. In Vancouver, it is a classic damp morning. The temperature is 6 degrees, and light rain is falling. If you are commuting into the city or heading out for the day, the roads will be slick. Give yourself extra time and keep that umbrella handy. It is not a heavy rain, but it is steady. Across the water in Victoria, things are slightly warmer at 7 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. You are dodging the rain for now, so enjoy that. But keep an eye to the sky because conditions can change quickly on the coast. Head inland and the story changes completely. Prince George is sitting at minus 14 degrees with light snow. This is more like what we expect for February in the interior. The snow is light but it is steady, and it will accumulate through the day. Further north in Whitehorse, it is minus 21 degrees, and also seeing light snow. This is that soft, dry northern snow that builds up quietly. A beautiful scene if you are watching from a warm window, but a chilly one if you have to be out in it. So from rain on the coast to snow in the interior and north, it is an active and typical winter Monday for Western Canada. Now we move east over the Rocky Mountains and onto the prairies, and this is where the real winter air settles in. Calgary is starting the day at minus 15 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. It is a crisp, dry cold. Not a lot of wind to speak of yet, but the kind of cold that reminds you why they invented the Canadian winter jacket. North in Edmonton, it is even colder at minus 20 degrees. The capital city is also seeing mostly cloudy conditions. A day where you want to cover any exposed skin if you are heading outside. But the biggest story on the prairies this morning is in Regina. The temperature there is minus 15 degrees, but that is only part of the picture. Regina is also dealing with light snow and blowing snow. That combination is dangerous. It means visibility on the highways can drop to near zero without warning. If you are driving in and around Regina today, especially on the Trans-Canada Highway, be prepared for sudden whiteout conditions. The wind is the real hazard here. Saskatoon is in a slightly better position. You are colder at minus 16 degrees, but you have partly cloudy skies, and you are avoiding that blowing snow. A cold day but a safer one for travel. And finally, Winnipeg, you are living up to your reputation today. Minus 20 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. Another classic, bone-chilling February day in Manitoba. No major weather alerts, just the deep cold that the city is known for. Moving into central Canada, we start to see a moderation in temperatures, at least in the south. In Thunder Bay, it is minus 22 degrees with partly cloudy skies. That is a serious cold coming off Lake Superior. A day for warm layers and limiting time outdoors. But as we move further south and east, things become more manageable. Toronto is sitting at minus 3 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. For late February, that is not bad at all. A little raw perhaps, but no major travel concerns. Ottawa is a bit colder at -6 degrees, also mostly cloudy. And Montreal is at -7 with partly cloudy skies. Quebec City is similar at -7 and partly cloudy. So for our major cities in central Canada, it is a typical, manageable winter day. But you cannot ignore the north. Remember that cold spot we mentioned at the top of the show. -44.1 in Rivière aux Feuilles. That extreme cold is being felt across the northern tier of the country. Look at Iqaluit in Nunavut. It is -30 degrees and cloudy today. And in Yellowknife, it is a clear -32. Clear skies might sound nice, but when it is this cold, clear just means the heat from your body escapes straight up. It is a stunningly beautiful but dangerously cold day in the territories. Frostbite can happen in minutes in these conditions. Finally, we fly all the way east to the Atlantic region, where the ocean is playing a big role in the weather. St. John's in Newfoundland is at -2 degrees and cloudy. That damp Atlantic air can feel colder than the number suggests, but compared to the rest of the country, it is relatively mild. In Halifax, it is -5 and cloudy. A gray, cool day on the harbor. Across in Fredericton, similar conditions at -6 with cloudy skies. And over in Prince Edward Island, Charlottetown is seeing light snow at -4 degrees. Nothing major, just a light dusting to remind everyone that winter is not finished with the island yet. So from the rain of British Columbia to the deep freeze of the north and the cloudy coasts of the Atlantic, it is a day of incredible variety. Let us take a quick run through the cities, so you have the numbers for your morning planning. In Vancouver, it is 6 degrees and raining. Victoria is 7 and mostly cloudy. Calgary is -15 and mostly cloudy. Edmonton is -20. Saskatoon is -16 and partly cloudy. Regina is -15 with blowing snow, so if you are in Regina, please be careful on the roads. Winnipeg is -20 and mostly cloudy. Thunder Bay is -22 and partly cloudy. Toronto is -3 and mostly cloudy. Ottawa is -6 and mostly cloudy. Montreal is -7 and partly cloudy. Halifax is -5 and cloudy. St. John's is -2 and cloudy. And in the north, Yellowknife is clear at -32, and Iqaluit is cloudy at -30. If you are flying today, check with your airline. The cold in the prairies and the snow in Regina could cause some delays. The rain in Vancouver is steady but should not cause major issues at the airport. And that brings us back to where we started. 52 degrees difference between the warmest and coldest places in this country today. It is a powerful reminder that Canada is not one weather story. It is many. Whether you are enjoying the mild air on the coast or facing the deep freeze in the north, today is a day to be prepared. Check on your neighbors, especially the elderly. Make sure pets are not left outside. And if you are driving in areas with blowing snow or extreme cold, make sure you have an emergency kit in your car. From all of us at Canada Weather Watch, have a safe and warm Monday, February 23rd. We will see you back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel for next update.